Hello, I'm Michael Davis. I'm a Spanish lawyer. I am the owner of the firm Davies Abogados, solicitors and barristers. We've been in practice since 1994. And in this short video, I'd just like to quickly go through the type of cases that we handle, tell you a little bit about us, so that you can then make a better decision on whether we're the right firm for you. We don't handle all kinds of cases. We stick to a few subjects, and we don't like to go outside those cases because we like to consider ourselves experts at what we do. Okay, so let me start off by saying that I handle mainly myself wills, estate planning, inheritance tax issues, inheritance-related litigation. I've been handling these kind of cases all over Spain for expats since 1994. Inheritance work and wills we can take on anywhere in Spain. There's no problem in doing that because we can sort of sign everything locally, so there's no problem. We can handle inheritance work for you all over Spain without you coming to Spain if you don't want to. We're very, very accustomed to handling this kind of work for expats from the US, Australia, Canada, Ireland, and mainly Great Britain. Over these last 25 years, I've handled hundreds and hundreds of cases, so I know exactly what I'm doing, and I can tell you without any doubt that I am an expert in this field. So if you have an inheritance that you need dealing with, I am a good choice as far as lawyers goes in relation to these subjects. Now, we also handle lots of conveyancing. The firm handles lots of conveyancing, but the conveyancing, unlike the inheritance work, we like to keep relatively local. So we have offices in Marbella and Majaca. And in general, we don't like going outside of Andalusia to handle conveyancing work, except for the conveyancing that we always handle. For example, if somebody is inherited through our office, we'll always handle the conveyance. Obviously, at the end of the process is necessary. And there's the odd exception of clients of ours that have been around for a long time that we've handled cases for them outside of Andalusia. But in general, we like to keep to Andalusia. And there's a reason for this, and that is that I consider that conveyancing requires local knowledge, okay? Know who all the players are to keep the transactions going smoothly. So basically around Andalusia is where we handle conveyancing work. We obviously handle all the associated things around inheritance and conveyancing, in other words, the NIE numbers, opening of bank accounts, and things like this. We also handle litigation, but we no longer handle litigation in all fields. Now, we only handle litigation in relation to inheritance cases, okay? So in relation to litigation regarding inheritance tax, litigation regarding obligatory heirs, litigation regarding disputes between beneficiaries, this kind of thing. Regarding inheritance, some people think that we sort of specialize in very complex cases and high net value families. That is not true at all. We do handle complex estates. Every year we have a couple always of very complex estates. It seems to be that's just the way things work out. And we do handle some very high value inheritance cases, but most of the cases that we handle, inheritance cases, are, a couple that retired to Spain when they were 65. One of them's now passed away, and the spouse has to receive. And they, in general, a typical client would have an asset, maybe a property in Spain worth 400,000, 500,000, down to 200, 150, and then up to, a million and a half euro. A typical client, if I had to average everything out, I'd say a typical inheritance for me is a client with Spanish wills, spouses, left everything to each other, and then they had like a 400,000 or 300,000 euro property somewhere in Spain. Of the inheritance cases that we handle, 50% made the wills with us, and the other 50% have come in just so we can handle the probate cases. I do like, where possible, to for people to come and see us before, before the inheritance is called for, to look at their wills, to make sure that everything's in good order. When people do their wills with us, we sort of can almost guarantee that we'll be able to wind up probate completely within 3 to 4 months. That would be a reasonable time scale. We do handle complex estates, where there's no Spanish will, and sometimes where there's no will at all. We have to go through intestate procedure. We do handle those as well. Regarding conveyancing, well, we from our 2 offices in Mojaca and Marbella, we've got the full price range of, as far as clients. We have clients buying a 150,000 euro flat. We have an average price would be maybe 250, something like that. So we've handled over the years some very high value properties, but most of our clients typically are buying a property around the 250, 300,000 euro mark. And normally the service that we do is we request their NIE numbers, we organize their bank accounts, we make sure they buy the property safely. Then we make their Spanish wills to make sure that everything's in good order. And then either me or maybe one of my children, if they take over, they will be handling the inheritance in the future. So that's us in a nutshell. If you need help with any of these things, call us. If it's anything else you want to ask us for recommendation, we will. We never try to do things that we don't feel are in our field of expertise. Luckily, we've always been very busy, so we haven't had to pretend that we know about something that we don't really know much about. We really think that specialization is the key. So as I say, we're specialized. We do a lot of inheritance and wills that all over Spain. Conveyancing, we like to keep local to Andalusia. And in our offices, they do some associated things like the non-resident tax, different things. That we basically do everything that we feel that a family moving to Spain is going to need to keep them on the good side of the Spanish law, and make sure that basically everything is just in good order, and then guarantee a safe transition and otherwise and as inexpensive as possible transition of the assets to their family in the future. I want to know a little bit about me personally. My parents moved out to Spain when I was very small, when I was 3. I still can have a British nationality. I've been brought up in Spain. I have 3 children. One of them is already studying law. She's in her 3rd year. I've got another one that's also decided that he's going to study law as well. I've got 3 kids, so hopefully at least the 3rd will choose something different. For a period of time, leading up to 2007, I was the British consul here in Almeria, but I had to give it up because of the family and work made it all impossible. So that's it in a nutshell. So please contact us. We can always have the first consultation in one of our offices in Marbella or in Mojaca, but we also do a lot of Zoom nowadays, and that sometimes is a good, easy and effective way to meet up, put a face to each other, and decide if we can work together. Thank you for watching the video.